I mean, I certainly know plenty of them that were just same joke every single time.
Well, I mean, it's the fact that some people might not remember. Like, it might be such a good joke that they want to tell every single one of their friends. And they'll tell you, because you're one of their friends.
Yeah.
And then they'll go off and tell their other friends, and they'll come back to you and tell you the same joke, thinking that they haven't said it before, you know?
Yeah, and it's kind of like I'm around people who say it multiple times, and it's like I personally don't like telling like a person I've already told the joke like more than twice, because I just feel bad like I'm not going to the best of my abilities of trying to be funny if I'm keep repeatedly telling them the same joke. So I try to make
It's only funny the first time.
Yeah, but I mean sometimes the classic things that make people laugh, there's not many of them for like me at least. So it's tough to really, you know, get those funny stories across and like have multiple ones because they're just generally so rare. You know, it's tough. So you know, I mean, another thing I was thinking of. What was I? Well, quick. Anyone have any jokes? I'm just losing a thought here.
You got any jokes?
That's another joke on the spot on the camera. But you know, one of the other things. I mean, yeah, I laugh. Everyone
clever.
Laugh.
It works.
But
as long as they're laughing.
Yeah, I hope you laugh at home too. I hope you put your hand near the television set and. Now that sounds kind of weird, but I just hope you really enjoy it. What we're coming across, and I hope we entertain you at least. And you know, I mean, we're not done though. Got a lot more to talk about. So I guess another thing I'm going to talk about is, you know, we already mentioned timing, right? Yeah, we already mentioned. It's I guess and we already mentioned the people who tell the repeatedly jokes too much. Repeated jokes. And then, is there anything we haven't mentioned about joke telling?
I think we've covered the audience already and stuff like that, but I guess other than the audience, the execution, I guess, do you guys want to change the subject over to something like movies, TV?
Well, I mean, we're trying to, you know what we should talk about? We're going to talk about some funny videos, funny movies we've seen, or funny YouTube videos, and what we think about and what we like about them. One of my all-time favorites is, have you seen the Alpha Cat, Barack Obama, you know, single ladies thing with the Alpha Cat? Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. That was that was like one of the first times I've ever seen a video, and he was just so creative with what he did, and like, he made the whole thing, and his name's Alpha Cat. He looks exactly like Barack Obama, and he imitates him. And I think they met each other, and they've he imitates him really well. And another thing I've seen, Arlington Rap. Have you guys seen that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I really like I think his name is Go Remy. Yeah. Be sure to check these guys out too. And what he does, his rap is all comedy, and like being from like the Fairfax, Reston neighborhood. You know, the way he explains it, explains it as it's kind of like a gang infested. One of the things he did, he says, the only thing high up here is my condo bill. And, you know, Roslyn Courthouse, the Quizzle Dizzle or something like that. And then they say, we're in courthouse so much, man, they call me Michael Vick. So, I mean, it's really funny. And I really just think that, you know, when rapping, it takes it takes a long time to write a funny rap. And lots of the great viral videos, things that are hard though, are just probably ideas that spawn up, like the McDonald's rap. Who hasn't seen that? You guys seen that?
Oh boy.
With the drive-through. And I try to put some videos up online and stuff like that, but like, I try to do something funny, but so much of the stuff that's funny has already been done that people think of, and it's generally sometimes the first person to get that across. That's the one.
It's hard to get creative. The next topic is it's originality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what you got to come from. You have to have a source of inspiration for every joke that you find.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's going to be the hardest thing to come by, but still, like when you're looking for a source of inspiration, it could really be anything around you, anything, and you could make a joke on the fly, off of anything that you see, like your shoes. They're red. I mean, that could be a great source of inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to make. Some people have told me on the spot to like make raps up, and I have such a hard time doing it. I guess I just can't freestyle rap. But like, I had one rap I made up, and at the end of it, I actually got from a TV show when like, you got served and you're not even in a restaurant. So that was the end of rap. So everyone tell me more raps, and I just couldn't. I tried to make something up with shoes, rap about that blue curtain or something in the back, and I just couldn't do it. It's hard, really is hard to like get rapping across, and and I think we want to stay on the topic of viral videos. Yeah, another thing I saw over on Christmas time was there was a video on Target, and the guy, he made up a fake list of things that they didn't sell at Target, like space suits for cats, and he had videotaped spy camera when he's asking the attendant, and he's like, "Do you have space suits for cats?" And they're like, "Check in the dog food area," but they didn't know the list, so these two friends would exchange lists, come up with the craziest things we could come up with, and and they would ask for the attendant, like, "Do you have this?" And they'd say, and they weren't like, they didn't catch them.
Yeah, they really don't know what they have in storage, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, sure, we have this. It might be in this aisle."
Yeah, so
there's really nothing that exists that has to do with that. So.
Yeah, and like lots of things. Like most times, I guess, like with intents and stuff, most times people won't think you're joking. So sometimes I guess it's good to push the limits on comedy. Because I don't know. They could punch you in the face if you got too far, but most people wouldn't do that. At least I hope not. Or we see a lot of black-eyed comedians. So I mean. And I guess, what's another viral video that...
Have you guys ever heard of the Fail Blog before?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
It's not just viral videos, but that's definitely something that would be worth mentioning for something like this.
Yeah.
The Fail Blog, it's pretty interesting to see the stuff that the people post up, because it's generally you get your entertainment by watching people get injured or...
Yeah, one of the worst things I saw off a Fail Blog was this guy was walking on poles. Like poles. I don't know why he was doing it, but he fell on and he hit his groin right in the pole. It was really painful to watch. Yeah, I mean, he just slipped off the pole. Oh, it's hard.
See, for most guys, that wouldn't be very funny.
That would hurt. Yeah, I mean, it was hard to watch.
It's painful.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tough to see someone do that. And I'm not sure if people do the jokes for the cameras or not. One of my favorite actual YouTube channels is this guy named Z True Long Island Story. And it's this guy, he's a wrestler, but all he does is he does funny skits. So he does like, he was in his car once, and, he has all the songs, but he changes all the songs, like, I got the woos like Ryder, because his name's like Zack Ryder. And then one of the other things he does is he calls iced tea Long Island Iced Z's. So another thing he did, he has a fan competition, which is really cool, and they go around and post videos trying to make funny. And one of the other things I saw was a drive-through. They asked them if you have any Long Island Iced Z's, and they were like iced teas. And they were like, no, Iced Z's. So they said, "Are you serious, bro?" And then they said, "Take care, spike your hair," because that's his theme. That's his chant. So that was real funny. And lots of the other things. I remember last year, I think came out, that woman on the cell phone fell into the fountain at the mall.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we all saw that. That was...
And, like, I think, I wonder how that actually got on the internet, because I wouldn't imagine the security wouldn't be allowed to post that. But I don't think anyone got fired over that or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, another thing I really like, I mean, what about Friday? Rebecca Black? Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it was funny is I was completely blank. I went to school one day, I was like, and I had no idea what day it was. And because like when you're going to school every single day, you lose track. Like, is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? Like, which classes do I need to turn in my homework and all this? And I go up to my friend. I'm like, "Hey, do you know what day it is?" And he just stares at me. And he goes, "Rebecca Black." And I just sit there for a second. I'm like, "Rebecca Black, Friday. It's Friday." And so I mean that's just one thing that just really brightened my day.
Yeah, one of the cool things about it though was 4,000 views the Friday before that. The next Friday was like 40 million. You know, I remember I didn't know anything about the video. I only had 4,000 people viewed it. So on Friday, it came out. The story came out like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then within that week, on Friday,
videos throughout the day and stuff like that. And it's a little bit more updated than just once per day. But I think it's starting to turn into a little bit more